So if you're like me, I dealt with a lot of speech and communication issues. One of the biggest things was stuttering. I had a huge stuttering issue. I would always slur my words. So I want to share with you some techniques that can help you with your stuttering and how you can actually improve your communication skills. So the biggest reason why we stutter sometimes is we think too fast for our mouth to even follow. So you have to take some time to actually think about what you're going to say and say it correctly, right? You always have to think twice before you say whatever you need to say. And that's not the case sometimes. You have to think fast. A couple tips that I would recommend to work on your stuttering and to be a better speaker is, number one, is to take your time. Think about what you're actually gonna say. So let's say, for example, you're about to order coffee. Sometimes you have a script in your head. It's like, oh, I know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, hey, how's it going? What are you up today? Right? Can I get X, Y, and Z? But when you get to the counter, you just forget. You're like, hey, how's it going? And you just forget what you're gonna say. So take your time. Take your time. It's okay to pause. And pausing is gonna be the biggest thing that you can do to really improve your stuttering. See how I paused there? I said, hey, how's it going? You know, I would like to have a Vietnamese coffee. I'm gonna get with oat milk, 50% sweet, and make sure it's iced. And that's it. Instead of saying, can I get a Vietnamese latte, iced, right? You kind of stumble with your words and you kind of stutter. So take your time when you speak. Anytime you have a conversation, you want to take your time. How do you take your time is speak clearly. Make sure that every word that you say is clear, even if it's slower. And that comes to tip number 2. If you want to speak clearly without stuttering, speak slower. Speak slower and louder. When you speak slowly, people can understand you. You have time to think. People have time to think as well. They're always pondering, what is he gonna say? So, number 1 is take your time to think. Number 2 is to talk slowly. The last tip I have for you is the pause. Like, how do you actually pause? Isn't it awkward to pause? But it's actually very, very natural. It actually helps you control the frame. You control the conversation. So when you pause, when you take your time, it gives yourself to think and it gives the other person to think. So let's say, for example, we had coffee, right? And you're not sure what to order. Say, hey, how's it going? How's your day going? Great. You know, I would like to get give me 1 second. Let me get the Vietnamese latte. Can I get that ice as well? Oat milk with 50% sweetness. And I think that's it, right? It's very slow, very methodical. I took my time. I even said, give me 1 second, let me think about this, right? That's gonna tell the other person, the cashier, that, hey, you're taking your time with it. So these are some tips that I use, better communicator, and it takes practice. So if you watch my other videos on how to be more social and charismatic, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the reps. You can't just be a better communicator with just one conversation. You have to practice it. You're gonna fail, right? You're gonna stumble with your words, you're gonna stutter. Continue to practice and you're gonna get better. If this was helpful, make sure you like, you subscribe, you turn on post notifications, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of this month. So with that being said, hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Asian Boss Boy, out.